Alright, today we're going to talk about some integers, and we're going to start with just a number line there. And so you guys remember starting with number lines. The first thing you learned when you were learning about numbers was your counting numbers. So we started out with just your numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And after a while you learned that there is an additional number that you didn't include when you were counting, but it was always there, and that was the number 0. But there's additional numbers on the number line, and you notice that the line has arrows going in both directions. Well, that means numbers go on forever in both directions. So the opposite of your counting numbers there are your negative numbers, which are integers. So we have -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. And again, that goes on forever. And so that's the basics of integers. Integers include your counting numbers, 0, and all the opposite of your counting numbers, so all your negatives. Alright, so now we're going to place some numbers on our number line there. So the first one is the letter A at -2. So when you place a number on the number line, or an integer on the number line, you're going to put a dot on that number and then the letter above it. So A is at -2, B is at 1, so we're going to place a dot at 1 and put the letter B. C is at 3, and D is at -3. And you'll notice that C and D are opposites. And they're opposites, oops, I wrote a 3 instead of a D. And they're opposites because they are the same distance from 0. So -3 is 3 places from 0, and 3 is 3 places from 0. So that's what makes them opposites. So anytime you have a question about opposites, just think, how far is it from 0? Find the number going the other directions that's the same distance from 0. Alright, one last thing on integers, and that's direction. So if you're moving to the right, you're moving in a positive direction. So if you're moving to the left, you're moving negative. So if I said a number 3 units to the right, that would be the number 3, so it would be a positive. If I said a number 2 units to the left, that would be negative direction, so that would be a -2.